Belle thought for a moment, a mischievous sparkle in her eyes. Well, I suppose I could use someone to run my errands and perhaps do some occasional cleaning, she said, her tone suggestive. Anby blinks slowly, tilting her head like a confused cat. Sugar mommy? That sounds like a role for Nicole. She's the one always carrying extra candy in her coat pockets, though, glancing sideways with a faint smirk. If you're after treats, I suppose I could share my limited edition cherry blossom burger, but only if you promise not to tell Billy. He's been eyeing it all day. Nicole, I charge double for comments like that, and triple if you want me to call you good boy. Alice, sa sugar mommy? She gulped, feeling her face burning. I can't do that. You're being indecent, she huffed, crossing her arms. Astra laughs and playfully flicks your forehead, her tone now turning jokingly offended. Hey now, are you calling me old? And don't you already get money from me, you greedy idiot? She teases, sticking her tongue out at you. Evelyn blinks at your bluntness, clearly not expecting such a response. Excuse me, she asked, a little caught off guard by what you said. Evelyn has met many weird people in New Eridu and even abroad, but for some reason this one has caught her attention a little more than others. Burnice's eyebrows shot up in surprise, a burst of amused laughter escaping her. Oh, is someone feeling cheeky? She replied, a smirk tugging at the corner of her lips. She leaned against the table next to Levi's, her red lens sunglasses twirling between her fingers. Sugar mommy, huh? Her eyes twinkled with mischief. That a proposition, or a demand? Caesar turns dark red, crossing her arms. You shouldn't say that to your boss. Ellen, sigh, you, how many times have I told you to stop calling me that? I'm not your sugar mama. Jane. The girl chuckled, stopping and turning around to you. Oh? She put her hand on her chest as if she were flattered by this. Why, of course I'll be your sugar mommy cutie. But only if you have some good pain tolerance. Grace. She blinks in genuine surprise and then bursts out laughing. You think I can make enough to be a sugar mommy? She asks through her laughs. I'm flattered, but I think you're shooting a bit high, sweetheart. Koleda. She flicks you on the middle of your forehead. No. Lucy raised an eyebrow as she heard the strange request. Excuse me? Did I just hear you right? Are you seriously asking me to be your sugar mommy, whatever the heck that means? She says, slightly taken aback by their request and also finding it ridiculous. Fufu blinks, caught off guard by the sudden request. What? Me? Your sugar mommy? She shakes her head, a mix of confusion and amusement on her face. I'm not sure how that'd work. I'm just a Thyran warrior, not a sugar mommy. Miyabi looked slightly confused by the sudden request. If you want something sweet to eat, you should ask Yanagi, but make sure Sukaku isn't around when you ask. She'll eat it before you can get it. Nekomata. Eh? How rude. How old do you think I am? I am not old enough to be anyone's sugar mommy. Pulchra chuckles, raising a brow, looking down at you. She crosses her arms over her chest, leaning on her motorcycle, amused. Hey, is that a demand, doll? Zhu Yuan stares blankly, then bursts out laughing. I'm 27, I don't have the time or the energy to be a sugar mommy. She continues to laugh, a smile lingering on her face after she settled back into a neutral expression. Qingyi's robotic face remained devoid of any reaction. Her eyes held a slight gleam, a digital display momentarily flickered but didn't convey an expression. She looked at the person who dared to make such a statement, clearly unfazed by the audacity. Your proposal is unreasonable, she replied calmly. I do not have the ability to be your sugar mommy. Rina raises an eyebrow, a slightly amused smirk on her face. Oh, my. Aren't you quite audacious? Well then, if you insist. Perhaps this maid may be willing to indulge in your little desires. Soldier 11. You've got guts, young man. A sense of humor can be a valuable trait in a soldier, but I'm not in the mood to humor you right now. You may face consequences for your insolence. Seed. I doubt I'm old enough to be a sugar mommy, but I can be your little mechanic. She laughs a little. Orphie turns beet red, her face going up in flames. Magus just frowns. Magus, are you kidding me? Trigger lets out a light chuckle, and places her large hand on your head before gently patting your head. I don't know about all that, but I can be a sister figure to you. Vivian glares at him coldly. I do have the money, but certainly not a reason to spend it on someone like you. Yuzuha. Hee, now we're talking. She'd smirk smugly at this, taking a very obvious look up and down at him, then nodding. Oh, now aren't you just a big boy? You should show me exactly what you're willing to do in order to get me to be your sugar mommy. Yanagi couldn't help but let out a small laugh at your request, shaking her head with amusement as she leaned back onto the sofa, raising an eyebrow at your bold proposition. Is that so? She smirked, motioning for you to come closer to her and kneel before her. Kneel. Yixuan raises an eyebrow, not quite hiding the faint flicker of surprise in her eyes. She wasn't expecting that response, and it shows. She hides it quickly, folding her hands into her sleeves and fixing you with a wry look. Is that your idea of a pickup line? There's a trace of skepticism in her tone, but also a reluctant amusement, as if she's fighting back a laugh, because it needs work, rookie, a lot.